And people say like, yeah, you know, if you like someone, you love someone, with your relatives and loved ones and friends, it's your time that's the most important. You spend your time instead of spending money. And I'm like, you need to spend both. Don't just spend time without spending money on them. You show up at their house empty-handed, you don't want to spend money, what are you going to do? Just sit in the dark and not do anything? Spend time and money on your loved ones. That's what I say. Hello, and welcome back, nieces and nephews, to the HAIYAA podcast. We try to find disappointing things in life and we try to make them funny. Hello, how's it going? How were your Christmases? Did you eat a lot? Did you drink a lot? Did you fight a lot with your relatives and loved ones? Did you get the gifts you wanted? Did you get the PS5 you've been hoping to get all year? Or was it just socks again? I saw something online. I think this new Whitney Cummings thing, where she was talking about how scented candles are a terrible Christmas present. Is that a thing? I love getting scented candles as presents because I love diptyque. I'm a diptyque guy, you know? I'm doing up a house, and if you're renovating a place and you're doing interiors for a place, you will know diptyque, the best in the scented candle game, you know? It's the best brand. You buy a scented candle for someone, it better be diptyque. Don't cheap out and get a Yankee candle or some shit. It gotta be diptyque. Diptyque is one of those candle brands I only buy as gifts for friends. I don't even own any diptyque myself. It's a little bit too bougie for me. 60 pounds for a candle. I can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on myself, okay? I have very low self-esteem. I think I deserve 2-pound candles. You know the candles that smell like fruit? Cheap scented candles. I don't know why I know too much about scented candles, but cheap scented candles have that fruity smell. You know what I mean? The chemical dishwashing liquid smell. Like if you're in the UK, there's a shop here called Lush. That's the smell cheap scented candles have. It's like fruits. It's like strawberry. But I saw this little video clip on Instagram just like right before recording this podcast. This comedian, Whitney Cummings, I love her. She's very, very funny. She said, getting a scented candle is a bad gift because you don't get to choose what my house smells like. But like, we're not making you light it, you know? We're just giving you the candle. You can just light it if you want or not. And then she followed up with, that's like you telling me what my pussy should smell like. I'm like, whoa. What? That's a big leap there. That's a big leap there, Whitney. Here's a clip I'll play for you guys. Let me know what you think.
Scented candles is such an insult of a gift. It's like buying someone deodorant or mouthwash, you know? It's like, why not just show up to someone's housewarming with a basket of Summer's Eve and a fanny pack chock full of Listerine strips?
Is it the same as buying deodorant? Like, if I buy deodorant for you, well, I'll never do that. But if someone buys you deodorant, yeah, sure, that implies you smell bad. But if I buy you a scented candle, I'm not implying that your house smells bad. I'm implying like, oh, diptyque is nice. Why not try some diptyque? Okay, this brand is lovely. Why not try it? I love a scented candle. I'm doing up the house, right? So I've bought some scented candles. I buy throws now. I'm the kind of guy who buys throws. I love interiors so much. I'm surprised I love pussy also. You know, that's a stereotype, right? The guy who likes interiors, there's always gay guys who like interiors. It's always gay guys coming to your house and giving your house a makeover, you know? But I don't know. I like interiors and I like pussy. I'm not afraid to admit that, okay? I have no toxic masculinity in me. I can appreciate vagina and table lamps. I can appreciate tits and herringbone flooring. I can appreciate choking a woman and a nice antique brass kitchen tap. All right, you get the picture. All I'm saying is, if you follow me on Instagram, every now and then I post a very fire interior shot, and I'm very proud of it. Because all my free time now is spent looking at interior stuff, furniture, ideas. I'm trying to build something in the kitchen, so I'm thinking how to do it. You'll see it when it's ready. But yeah, but that's why I love scented candles, because they are such a nice addition to any room. I have a few scented candles. I don't have any diptyque, because I buy diptyque as presents for people. I never buy Diptyque for myself because I don't know, maybe secretly deep down I feel like I'm not worthy of a Diptyque. Maybe secretly deep down my self-esteem is just like, oh, you are just Yankee Candle level, Nigel. I love a Diptyque. And I want to get one of those scented candles that come with a little glass lid up top, because then the dust doesn't go in and it just looks nicer if you have scented candle and a glass lid. I'll put it somewhere in the house. But okay, let's continue watching this clip.
You don't get to decide what my house smells like. That's like deciding what my pussy smells like. That's Gwyneth Paltrow's job.
Okay, that's a funny joke. Gwyneth Paltrow line, that's a funny joke. But I think there's a difference between buying you a scented candle and trying to decide what your pussy smells like. Well, first of all, I don't even think you get to decide what your pussy smells like. I for sure don't get to decide what my dick and my crotch area smells like. Right? Can we control our body odors, our scents, our pheromones? No. I wish I got to choose. I would love my dick to smell like Diptyque. You know, with one of those Diptyque pretentious name. Oh, my dick tastes like Santal. What other? I have it pulled up in front of me. Diptyque scent names. I'm not like that into Diptyque that I can cite their scent names off the top of my head. My dick smells like ombre. But yeah, it's just something I saw right before recording the podcast, so I felt I had to bring it up because I love a scented candle. And if you know me personally and you want to give me a scented candle, feel free. I will take it with open arms. Hope your Christmases were good, nieces and nephews. I am recording this. When this episode airs, it will have been after Christmas. But I'm recording this on the 24th, Christmas Eve. I know, Nigel, you should be celebrating. I think a different group of friends, they're coming down and staying in my guest room, so that's gonna be really fun. Which means Christmas Eve today is the only day I get to have time for myself. So I've just been running around town, hitting the gym, then buying all the Christmas shit. So much stuff. I'm so thankful that the shops are still open, and I'm glad that I'm a regular at some of these shops. I'm a regular at one of the plant shops near me, a plant shop in Crouch End called Urban Flower Co. And they see me in there too much. I'm so into interiors. I'm in the rabbit hole, man. And to be fair, interiors is a good rabbit hole to fall down to. You know, I watch all these videos, I buy all these books. And interiors is a good rabbit hole to fall down to because I could easily put all that time to become a conspiracy theorist. You know, or a right-wing lunatic, you know, fall into a right-wing YouTube rabbit hole. But I'm glad I'm not. I was hosting my Malaysian friends, and we went out. We did a lot of stuff, restaurants, bars. We went to one club. That was nice, and I didn't know they were still open either, but we went to one. I hung out with another friend of mine, so a group of us, right? And one of my friends in that group, she's a little bit of an anti-vaxxer. Okay, she's not annoying about it, thankfully. But she's a little bit of an anti-vaxxer. She's never gotten the vaccines. She's not gonna get the booster. And I have to say, anti-vaxxers are the most fun to hang out with. Okay? They don't give a shit, man. They are just trying to live their lives. They know how to fake a negative PCR test. They know how to edit PDFs. They are fun to hang out with. My cautious friends who are like, oh no, Omicron, I'm just gonna be really cautious. I just want to hang out in my own support bubble. Sorry, Nigel, I can't see you because I just want to take it easy and be careful. I don't want to get Omicron. I just want to hang out in my support bubble, which is, to be fair, the right thing to do, the responsible thing to do. But it's not very fun, is it? You know, I don't get to see them anymore because they're stuck, you know, self-isolating. Meanwhile, my anti-vaxxer friend is like, Omicron? What Omicron? Drink that tequila shot, bitch. Stop being a pussy and eat that shit. Come clubbing with me. And the thing is, she's never gotten COVID. This anti-vaxxer friend has never fallen ill, and she's traveling everywhere. And because if you're not vaccinated, you want to travel, you're required to do a COVID test before you fly and after you fly. You know, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to do that. But she's not vaccinated, so she has to get those tests, and she always comes back negative. I'm like, the irony. Like, this lady is just, yeah, I'm not saying I want to be an anti-vaxxer, but I only want to hang out with anti-vaxxers. Just walking about without a face mask, laughing at people. And then they come up with something like this very dramatic shit, very dramatic sayings they probably stole from some YouTube video somewhere. It's like, oh, what's the point? When, you know, when they see people being cautious about Omicron, they're like, oh, what's the point of living if you're living in fear? I'm like, okay, relax. You're not Winston Churchill. We're not going into war here. You just don't want to get the vaccine. You don't want any needles going inside you. Let's not blow this out of proportion. You're not fighting for any people's freedoms. You just watch a few YouTube videos, and you trust those YouTube videos, but you trust the scientists. But yeah, she's a cool friend, a character. I hang out with all sorts of people. And yes, I am going to a friend's dinner party tomorrow, but don't worry, I've done my lateral flow test. I'm negative. I posted my Insta stories that I'm tested negative, and I'm all ready to start my Christmas festivities. Okay, I always get tested. I'm double vaccinated and I have booked the booster. So don't come at me. Don't go like, oh, Nigel, shouldn't be hanging out with anti-vaxxers. What are you, an anti-vaxxer yourself? Is Uncle Roger anti-vax? No. Uncle Roger is anti-terrible egg fried rice. That's the only thing he's anti. I'm going over to my friend's place for dinner tomorrow, and I am in charge of drinks duty, which means all of today, the 24th, Christmas Eve, I was rushing around town, thinking of what alcohol to bring, what kind of wine, how to pair it with the food. We're having a mixture of Malaysian food and also some traditional Christmas food, like a whole turkey. So I don't know how that's gonna go. So I have to think what wine pairs well with turkey and what wine pairs well with Asian food. What wine pairs well with Asian food? Like, it's not taught to us, you know? In the West, you have your basics, right? You eat fish, you drink white wine. You eat like red meat, you drink red wine. What do you drink if you eat a Kung Po chicken? What do you drink if you eat a sweet and sour pork? What region of France do I have to go to get a nice red that pairs well with the sweet and sour pork? Can someone give me some guidance? Why is wine pairing such a Western-centric art form? Is there some sort of like wine pairing for Asian food course? You know, that would be nice. Let's try to make Asian food fun, and then maybe more white people would try like to eat good Asian food when there's wine pairings involved. You know, it's a tasting menu and each course has a wine pairing. But yeah, what kind of food do you eat? What kind of wine do you pair with the beef rendang, you know? But I'm in charge of drinks duty. So I got some sparkling sake because I think it's classier and more Asian than starting with champagne. So you guys can steal that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sparkling sake is mwah, delicious. People are impressed. You know what? I want to show up bringing some Asian shit. You know what I mean? If I'm in charge of drinks duty, it can't be just like French and Italian and Portuguese wines or German. Has to have some Asian in it, you know? And what better thing to do than sparkling sake? So that to start, then 2 wines in the middle, 2 different bottles, 1 lighter one, 1 heavier one, and then some sweet Sauternes as a dessert wine. And then I have friends who don't drink, so I just got some kombucha or something. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing today. Just rushing around town, having some time for myself because I've been hanging out with my Malaysian friends all of last week, so it's been nice. Oh, yesterday was my friend's last night in London, right? So went to watch Spider-Man, which was a fun movie. Really enjoyed it. But when we finished with the movie, we're walking back to the car, and this guy suddenly stopped me and said, holy shit, man, come over. Can you help? Can you help? There's 2 guys out there fighting, and one guy's bleeding. One guy cut his head open, and he's now bleeding all over the pavement. And I was like, holy shit, what's happening? So I just ran over, and sure enough, there was a guy. There were 2 guys. One guy was just taking care of the other guy. The other guy was sitting on the floor, and he's bleeding out his head. There's so much blood everywhere. His whole shirt was stained with blood. It looked really bad. He basically cut his head open because he fell onto the pavement and knocked his head on the curb or something. I didn't see what happened, but that's the story they told me. Also, they were both in Santa elf's outfit, so it's very shocking, but it's also a little bit hard to take seriously when you're bleeding onto your neon green Santa elf costume. But I went there, and everybody there, they were calling for the ambulance, but the ambulance said they could only get there in an hour. So I told them, okay, man, bring your friend and hop into my car. We're driving to the hospital straight away. And fortunately, his friend, the injured guy's friend, his name is Marcus, he found out that the closest hospital, the closest emergency department was only a 5-minute drive away. So we did that. I just drove them to the hospital, and it's a happy ending, guys. Everything turned out well. I gave him my number when he got to the emergency department, and I told him, okay, just let me know if your friend needs anything. I'm gonna go now, but this is my number, so just text me if anything. So everything was good. I think half an hour later, he just texted me saying, oh, my friend's talking shit again. He's fine now. Thank you for all your help. Well, I'm glad I could help, first of all, because I'm the only one there I with a car. So it's the least you could do. You know what I mean? Someone's bleeding to death. You try to help. That's a right thing to do. What else am I supposed to do? Like, I have a car, but no, you're not allowed to come in it. Your blood's gonna stain my white Tesla seats. You're gonna stain my car. You're gonna ruin it. No. What kind of monster would say that, So it did stain my white Tesla seats. But the good thing about Tesla is that blood wipes off of its seats very easily. So, little note to the murderers out there driving the Teslas. The blood comes off really easily. It was very bloody inside my car. But fortunately, I had wet wipes in my car. So the wet wipes, I just wiped the blood with my wet wipes and it all came off. You couldn't even tell there was someone injured, in my car. So if you need a getaway vehicle and you need one that you can wipe the evidence clean from, Tesla is your bet. One of the perks of driving a Tesla, you save the environment and you get away with a crime. That's what... That's a good thing about having a Tesla, right? I enjoy my Tesla. One thing I do too, self-driving, it's a known feature of a Tesla, right? So I use that when I'm on the motorway, and it makes eating chicken nuggets so much easier while you're driving. We've all been there, right? Just kind of one hand in the chicken nugget, the other hand the dipping sauce, or maybe if you're cool, you don't use the dipping sauce, just eat the chicken nuggets raw and dry. But 10 and 2, chicken nuggets, dipping sauce. But with a Tesla, when it self-drives, you can just eat normally. That's the main benefit of getting a Tesla, to make eating chicken nuggets while driving an easier thing to pull off. It's not illegal, is it? It's illegal to check your phone, but there's no law or rules of the road that says you can't be eating chicken nuggets while driving. Or chicken selects. I like the chicken selects. They're like chicken nuggets on crack, aren't they? If you are a fan of McDonald's, let me know. What's your order? Chicken selects or chicken nuggets? I'm a selects kind of guy. Because chicken selects is chicken nuggets on crack. I remember when I was driving the two guys, the hospital is just really close, right? So when I was driving them, I didn't know what to say. It was a bit tense and awkward. All I could say was, I asked them what happened. I was like, so did your friend fall? Did your friend fall and crack his head open? He said, no, we had a fight and then I punched him. And then, he just fell and hit his head. And then, like an idiot, I said, well, yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes friends get into arguments. I didn't know what to say. And then he said, no, yeah, not like this though, not like this. And he's right. Whenever I get into arguments with a friend, it doesn't end up in a hospital. It just ends with the person leaving me on red on WhatsApp. That's it. Nobody's skull cracks open. People's skulls stay intact if I have an argument with them. That is nice. So I didn't really get to know. I know the friend's name was Marcus, and then the friend who was injured, Cameron, that's his name, because when he got to the hospital, the nurse was trying to ask the injured guy, ask Cameron questions, and the nurse was like, what's your name? Just checking for brain damage, I guess. So, what's your name? What's today's date? What day is today? What year is it? That kind of stuff. And I don't know if you're injured. I'll find it annoying. I'm like, can you stop asking me these dumb questions? Is there no easier way to check for brain damage? I think I'll be annoyed. Another thing I said on the drive there, I asked if they wanted music. They were both in the back seat. I don't know why. I'm so awkward with people sometimes and so weird and I don't know. Maybe I'm on the spectrum or something. But when I was driving them there, the two guys at the back, the friend was like, okay, you hold on, bro. Stay awake. Stay with me, bro. Stay with me. You know, he was saying the kind of shit that I've only seen in movies, you know. And then he was telling him stories of their friendship. Remember when we went to that cafe years ago and it was so shit and you ordered this, I ordered this, and then you got food poisoning afterwards, you got diarrhea, remember that? You're gonna go back to that cafe next week, man. You're gonna be there. We're gonna go back to that cafe. I was driving and I was like, holy shit, man, is someone gonna die in my car? They made it really dramatic. At first I thought it was just like, you know, you're bleeding a lot, sure, but he was still kind of moving and kind of talking. There was, I thought he wasn't in grave danger, you know, but the way the friend was consoling him, that Saving Private Ryan vibes, you know, or any scene in any movie where like the hero's cradling the guy or a girl who's dying and he's trying to like bring up memories for them. Is that what you're supposed to do when someone's dying? You tell them memories of shit you've experienced together? I don't know, if I were dying and I'm walking towards the light and I hear my annoying friend just be like, you remember that time you did this thing? I'm like, shut the fuck up, Greg. I'm trying to walk towards the light here, Greg. Oh, shut up. Remember that time at school and your teacher gave you were in detention because you called the teacher a cunt? You remember that time? Oh, shut up, man. I'm trying to die in peace here, Greg. I'm trying to die in peace. So it was all very dramatic. And then when there was a lull in the conversation between them, I just went with, so, does he need some music? I have Spotify in my car. Should I play Mr. Brightside for you? Try to connect, you know. What does he like? What kind of music does he like to listen to? EDM? If someone's dying, like what should you play in the car? Do they want the soundtrack while they walk towards the light? What's the or is there already music? When you're there, maybe you hear like harp music, you know, because you know you're going to heaven and then you just gently hear the harp music. So you don't want people playing music as you're dying, you know. You don't want your harp music interrupted by Coldplay. And it was all yellow. Oh man, I'm dying. Please don't play this shitty band. And it was all yellow. Yeah, but it was a very weird thing for me to ask if they wanted music. You know, why did I say that? I should have just driven there, you know, get them to the hospital and get back out, you know, and just shut up and drive. I should have done that. Why did I find the need to make small talk? Somebody's bleeding out their head and the friend's taking care of them and I'm there like, oh, yeah, guys, you know, how's your Christmas so far, guys? I don't know why I felt the need to make small talk. Another thing I said was, he was like, you're gonna be fine, bro. You're gonna be fine, man. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. And I tried to chip in also. I went like, yeah, he's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, man. He's gonna be fine. And, you know, in 2 years' time, this will be something you look back and you laugh about. Again, not necessary. Not needed. Why did I feel the need to fill that silence? It was the first time that happened in my life, you know, like trying to drive someone to the hospital. So I think I just felt nervous on behalf of them. So yeah, that was an eventful Christmas Eve on the 23rd. But, you know, they're both fine. I got a text from Marcus. He was very thankful. He said, my friend's all okay now. Cameron's all okay now. And I would like to send you a bottle of wine or something if you like. Hey, give me your address. And I'm like, nah, don't worry about it, man. Just take their money and buy something for Cameron. Apologize as an apology. But that goes to show how good healthcare is in the UK, isn't it? Like, it's free. You bleed out your head, you get to see a doctor for free, you know, because I've been to the ER before. And in America, I had food poisoning one time, right? And I checked myself into the ER, and it's always lame if you have to check yourself into the ER because people are like, why is he walking himself in? it's not that serious then if you can walk yourself in. People are judging you. The people in the ER, in the waiting room of the emergency room, probably are judging me. You know, like with the broken arms and, I don't know, maybe like a stab wound. Just sitting there. And they see me just walking in. They're like, who the fuck is that? Why is he here? He can clearly walk. But I was in ER for 15 minutes. Literally, they sat me on the hospital desk, put a gown on me, and give me an IV drip because I've been having really bad food poisoning, right? So I was worried that I was starting to feel really faint. Turns out it was just dehydration. So they put an IV drip on me for 15 minutes, asked me to just sit there and wait till the IV drip's done, and I felt much better. And I left. I got the bill, $1,500, which is insane. Americans, you gotta sort your shit out, man. Why is it so expensive? Why is it so expensive? Yeah, I'm hoping tomorrow's dinner will be a little less eventful. I'm hoping a Christmas dinner will just be nice and fun and easy with nobody getting injured. I bought a lot of wine, right? And I realized my friends who are hosting the party, they told me, "Oh, you don't need to spend that much money on wine, okay? You don't need to spend so much on us." I'm like, well, yeah, I have to buy something. I can't just show up, right? And people say like, yeah, you know, if you like someone, you love someone, your relatives and loved ones and friends, it's your time that's the most important. You spend your time instead of spending money. And I'm like, you need to spend both. Don't just spend time without spending money on them. You show up at their house empty-handed, you don't want to spend money, what are you going to do? Just sit in the dark and not do anything? Spend time and money on your loved ones. That's what I say. Okay? If you don't want to spend money, just not even have the TV on, just sit in the dark, in the cold because you don't want to spend money, right? So no radiators, just sitting there. And what do you talk about? Hey guys, saving money is fun, huh? That reminds me of the video where I reviewed the cheapest woman ever. That woman who just reuses pasta sauce. She makes a lasagna, and then when there's sauce left over, she would put it back into that glass jar, which is like the grossest thing. And that video, she had a boyfriend, which was like the craziest thing. How does this woman have a boyfriend? I let people use my electricity and I'm still single. What's happening here? Her pussy must be really good. Her pussy's so good. The boyfriend lives without turning on a single light bulb ever. Yeah, but go watch the video. It's called Uncle Roger Reviewed Cheapest Woman Ever. And the craziest thing was her boyfriend, right, wanted to have a Super Bowl party, wanted to have his friends over to come watch the match. And she had a TV. She let him and his friends watch the match, but in between every commercial break, she has to turn off the TV, turn off all the lights and stuff, and people have to use a candle to kind of make their way to the toilets. So that is a little bit crazy. That's what happens when you want to spend time but not money with people. So over this Christmas, or as a good rule of thumb, if you have children, I hope you're spending time and money on them. You're gonna feed them, right? Just spend time. You can't feed your child with time. Okay? So let's spend both time and money with people. That's all I'm saying. Hey guys, real quick, if you're enjoying the podcast so far, please do me a small favor and leave a 5-star rating and review on any podcast app you're listening on. And if your podcast app doesn't have a rating and review feature, just go to Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rating and write a nice little review, you know, saying how much you like the episode or how much you like the Uncle Roger videos. One, it helps get the podcast discovered by other people. And two, there's a guy there who left a 1-star review when only the trailer was up, and I was like, what the hell, man? That's such a dick move. So I need your help balancing out that negative energy, that negative 1-star review by leaving a nice little 5-star review and a nice rating as well. So thank you. Please go do that. You'll make me feel really special. You make me feel special. Back to the show. I read something else too that caught my eye. Okay, this is a post in ACN. I assume ACN is Asian Creative Network. It's a Facebook group. So I assume the people in there are mostly Asian or Asian American or British-born Asian. And this message goes, Hello, ACN friends. I know for a long time, sex has been a taboo topic in Asia. But as human beings, the desire for food and sex are probably the two most important human needs. So I created Boxes Fun, a sex toy company that combines Asian food culture with sex toys. So sex toys can be redefined as not only discreet, but also delicious. Okay, this is hilarious already. So the company's called Boxes Fun. It's sex toys in the shape of Asian food. The current two products I have are Dim Sum Clitoral Vibrator, parentheses fun bun. Yeah, it's a vibrator in the shape of a dumpling. So, okay. And the second product, Tang Hulu Candied Strawberry Dildo. Tang Hulu Dildo. Chinese sugar fruit snack that got rival recently on TikTok. Oh, she meant viral. Got viral recently on TikTok. I just opened my Etsy store. So, listeners, let me know if I should buy something from Boxes Fun. Okay, I see they have 14 sales. Okay. They've sold 14 dildos and vibrators. Okay. The Fun Bun Clit Massager. I see 10. I'm on the product page right now. 10 vibration frequency mode. Good for privacy. Wireless charging sex toy. It looks like a dumpling. It looks like a hakao. You know, if you've been to dim sum restaurants, it's one of the classic dim sum dishes. And it has two colors, white and apricot. Listeners, let me know. Should I buy one of these? I'll report back to you when I use it on someone. Yeah, if I'm lucky enough to find someone who is down for me to experiment with this Asian food culture sex toy on them. Okay, it's handmade. Oh no! It says, sorry, this item doesn't deliver to United Kingdom. Contact the shop to find out about available delivery options. Okay. American nieces and nephews, I need your help here. I need you guys to go to this Etsy store. Somebody reach out. Email haiyapod@gmail.com. Buy this, get it shipped to you, and then ship it over to me. Can we do that? That'd be great. I really need your help. I want to review this Asian food culture sex toy. So ship it over. Maybe in the next podcast episode, I'll be like, so I used this on a woman and she loved it, okay? Because she's white, but she loves Asian culture. You know, she loves K-pop and she loves a vibrator that looks like dim sum. So this is good. I like this. It's very cute. It looks well made. So yeah, listeners, if you want me to buy this, hit me up in the Hiya Pod email. Let's make this happen. I will review it as myself. Maybe as Uncle Roger too, you know. You never know. But speaking of Etsy, we have a listener voicemail too that's related to Etsy. It's about her disappointment with using that platform. If you don't know, really quick, I take voicemails about disappointment. So if you have if you have disappointing things in life that happen, just call in. The number is down below. The new year is coming up, so let me know about your New Year's resolution disappointments. You know, in the years past, did you come up with any New Year's resolution? And did you ever keep them? Yes? No? What were they? And why did you fail at keeping your New Year's resolution? You just being lazy? Or is it something mental, a mental block? Did you want to pick up a new language, but Duolingo was too expensive? Anything like that? So, yeah, number, I can't remember the number, but it's in the description of the podcast.
Hi, Nigel. I just want to report something that hadn't happened to me recently, or within the recent week, actually. Earlier this year, before summer, I started to sell my handmade jewelries and home decoration items online on Etsy. It spells ETSY.
I like how she feels like she needs to specify Etsy, like as if I'm not on there every day. I buy so much home decor shit from Etsy because it's cheaper. You buy the luxury brands here is expensive. I think you go on Etsy, you can find something that looks very similar and get it for a fraction of the price.
So what happened is that a couple of months down, it's been selling so well, and I had really good customer base. what happened during this week is, suddenly, without any warning, they forced to close down my shop.
Oh no. She was building something, you have a good customer base, but Etsy closed it? Why?
On Etsy, if you sell something, you have to pay for a listing fee, VAT, and all that, and as a non-US seller,
Yeah.
you pay even more, which is okay. But the problem is that they didn't give me any explanation. They just say, oh, we think your items are not handmade enough.
Wait, so they shut your shop because they think your item's not handmade enough. What item do you sell? Can you tell us? I think you mentioned jewelry, but what kind of jewelry? It's weird. How do Etsy determine if something's handmade or not? I mean, technically, everything in the world's handmade, right? Like my iPhone's handmade. It's like made by the hands of a Chinese child, but... So can I sell my iPhone on Etsy? Is it considered handmade if it's made by a Chinese child, or it's handmade only when a white person makes it? Then it's handmade. Because if an Asian hand makes it, then it's sweatshop made, and it's not ethical. It's not fair trade. Is that what Etsy's policy is? It's handmade if it's by a white hand. Because technically, most things in life are handmade. Right? If it's made by a hand, sure, the hand could be from a starving Chinese teenager or a starving Bangladeshi migrant worker who's making 3 pence an hour and trying to feed his whole family on that money, working 18-hour days. Most things in life are handmade, you know? So Etsy, you're fucking up here. Why are you suspending a store, Etsy?
And then I appealed. And then after a couple of days and say, always still remain the decision as we decided that we permanently close down your shop and you do not qualify.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. I'm so sorry to hear, little niece, the Etsy closing your shop. Sorry.
Everything that I made was in fact handmade, and I did provide them with all the evidence I had in the appeals process to show them the fact that I designed everything. It was original. And I made everything by myself. With a little help with my craft partner, we feel that the platform does not appreciate our handmade products. And then they also give us the impression that they say and they define and they always own the final explanation of what is handmade and what is not.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. What is Etsy's definition of handmade? I want to know what product you're selling. Can you send me a photo of it? If you're listening to this episode and you hear a voicemail, whoever this person is, send me a photo of your products. Tell me more about your products. Maybe I'll plug it in the next episode. And I know you don't have an Etsy shop anymore, but maybe you can set up something else on Shopify or something and sell it directly. I don't know, but send me some photos. HAIYAPod@gmail.com. Send me the photos because I want to see what Etsy deems is not handmade. What's the alternative? Machine made? Yeah, that's really disappointing. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be a source of income for you. And with Christmas coming up, that must be rough. You know, yeah, sorry to hear. Hopefully Etsy reinstates your shop. I don't know what to say. Maybe I'll try to buy a few things off you if I need the jewelry. But hopefully, yeah, send me pictures of your jewelry that you sell on Etsy. And then we will take it from there. And when I say send me pictures, listeners, don't only this Etsy lady gets to send me pictures, all right? The rest of you, don't send me pictures, especially if they're inappropriate ones. I get quite a few of those, and I don't know. I feel like a woman sometimes, you know, and they get dick pics. I have gotten a few dick pics. I've gotten a few, like, you know, the female equivalent of dick pics. I don't know what, tit pics, vagina pics. I've gotten a few of those. Doesn't really bother me, but don't waste your time. It never looks good. And I know I have women friends who tell me this too, but like dick pics, they're never taken well. Okay? Someone who invests in nice lighting, like me, is never gonna send you a dick pic because we are classy people who like nice lighting. The dick pic people is always like the worst dimly lit room or in a bathroom somewhere. You just see like and probably not shaved, just a bunch of hair down there, and that is shitty bathroom tiles. That's how I judge a dick pic, okay? I need to check your bathroom tiles. Are they nice? Are they horrible? And most of the time, they're horrible. People with nice bathroom tiles don't send dick pics. Prove me wrong. If you have... Just for once, I would like to receive a dick pic with nice bathroom tiles. You know, instead of shitty, just white square ones. But yeah, send me pictures of your product, Etsy seller. And I hope you get to open your store back up soon. That's it for this week. Bye!